pedals today. Right, now I haven't looked at loopers really when I've talked about other effects so far. A couple of reasons. Mainly, I think they probably deserve a video by themselves, and technically they're not actually an effect. So let's break it down. First of all, what is a loop? It's a small bit of music that can go round and round. It fits together. What is a looper? Well, it's just a device to record that bit of music going round and round. Why is it a pedal? Basically, so it can be controlled during a live performance, all right? So that's why you get looper pedals on your effects pedal boards. They're not technically an effect, but they're great for live performance and practice. I'll explain all of that as we go. So what is the point of a looper pedal? Why is it useful? It can be used in loads of scenarios. Live performances, we've all seen the likes of Ed Sheeran using them, you know, in stadium gigs. But they can also be used just in the home setting. They're great for practicing. I'll show you that in a moment. They're fantastic for composing or songwriting and getting ideas. And they're great for your own little performances as well. And this is a really basic one. Okay, you can get much bigger loop pedals which can have different functions, but I'm just going to show you the most basic type of pedal today. Okay, so the TC Electronic Ditto looper. It really is one of the most basic ones you can get. It's got the in and out on the sides. It's also got the power and a little USB jack there, because I think you can download some of your loops back onto your PC. But on the front, it really is basic. It's got your actual switch pedal, and that does various controls, and your levels, and that is pretty much it. Right, so how does a looper work? Well, you can see it there now. It's back on my pedal board. It's flashing at the minute because it's actually got a loop on there. I did a bass ukulele lesson a couple of days ago, so I was using it for that. So I thought actually it's handy for a moment. So hopefully you can see my foot. If I click the pedal once, this is what happens. It starts to play the loop. Okay, you can hear that going. It's just a basic chord F, C and G. Alright, now you're going to see the flash. Watch for it. That shows it's the start of the loop. Alright, you see it again. There we go, and that just shows the loop is going round and round. To stop it, I need to click it twice. There we go. Alright, it does take a little bit of getting used to just clicking the pedal, especially when you're actually playing. We can get it to play, clicking it on, double click, clicking it off. It's got another function called overdub. If I click the button once now, it'll turn red and it starts to record over the loop that's there. It doesn't get rid of it, it does an overdub, and in fact you can do that quite a few times. Alright, so we'll try that now. So we'll try an overdub, so I'll get it to start playing and then I'll overdub it. Once I press my foot down, it'll go red. Alright, so I'm just listening for it to start with. Here's the beginning of the loop. So now when I click red, that's waiting and I can play at any point now. On top, and if I don't like what I've just done, I hold the button in and it'll erase the last overdub. We'll try that now. So I'm holding it in that last little bit that I've recorded has disappeared. And just to stop, I double click. Okay, so that's the basic controls. One click starts the loop playing or starts to record if there's nothing on there, and you know if there's something on there because the green light is flashing. 2 clicks stops it. If it's playing and you click it down, you get that overdub. So in other words, it'll record on top and then on top again. And if you want to get rid of anything, you press it down once and hold it, and that erases the last thing you've recorded. Okay, it sounds complicated, but there is only really one control. So you're layering things on top, but you can't really go wrong. It's all about timing. So why is a looper useful? I will show you a couple of little things with it in a moment, but it's great for practice because you can record yourself playing chords and then have a go of playing a melody on the top of that, or finger picking, doing the same. You can have a go of improvising on top of chords, or even writing a song with it, as well as live performing as well. All right, so it's a great practice tool. Right, so the first thing I've got to do is clear the loop that is already recorded on there. We know it's on there because the green light is flashing, and all right. So there are 2 ways of clearing it completely. When it's not playing, I could just hold it down, but you do get a little bit of music playing back, and I'll do it that way now to show you. Or if it's actually playing the loop, you can double click and hold it down as well. Okay, so this is what happens when you hold it down to delete it. Okay, and look, it stopped flashing out, but that wouldn't be ideal in a live situation. That's where you'd need, if you had a bigger pedal board with different channels on it, and you can be recording different loops, you can suddenly be playing whole songs and quite long pieces and getting quite complex with the layers. This one is, of course, just very basic. Right, so we've got a clean looper at the minute. Now, it takes a little bit of practice. We are not all just going to be able to do this. All right, so now I'm going to show you first of all how to record the loop. All right, this is the way I do it. You'll have to practice and find your own really good way of controlling it. All right, but I tend to play, get my speed, then press record. I'm counting. Now hopefully I've counted it correctly and it looped almost. All right, here's a little bit of a, all right, watch for the green. Now, I wouldn't be happy with that if I was doing a live performance, because you can hear where the loop starts and stops. All right, and it is all to do with practice and getting it timing. I'll show you now when it really doesn't work. All right, so this time I'll do the deleting of it the other way around. So it's playing, and I'm going to double click. All right, so that's deleted that now whilst the loop was playing. Right, this is when it goes horribly wrong and you're trying to do a loop. Now, hopefully you're going to hear a gap when we get to the end of the loop. Okay, so it's all really is about counting, and it does take some practice. This time I'll try and get a loop absolutely spot on to show you. Right, so I've deleted that loop off. okay? It will take quite a bit of practice, but that's part of the fun of it, is whilst you're practicing getting your looping right, you're practicing all sorts of other things without actually realising. Just strumming, all right? You can get some quite percussive sounds out of your ukuleles, all right? And any noise you make gets recorded into the looper. So let's try putting maybe, I'll put some chords in and then try and overdub a melody onto those. Just get the tempo. Just checking to make sure it's in the right time. Yes, that sounds pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to press it again and do an overdub. Simple as that, okay? And I think, oh, I'm not sure of that, so I hold it down. And it's deleted that overdub, okay? And then you can just do a little bit of improvising over the top. Just listening to make sure the loop works first of all. So you haven't always got to be recording everything you play. Quite often just using those chords as a basis to play other things on top of, great fun. Fingers crossed we caught it that time. And then you can just make up a melody to go over the top. Doesn't have to be complicated. So again, that first loop, really important. Yeah, that's working, right? Now I'm going to overdub once. Then I'm going to overdub again. Up and up. Alright, so hopefully that's given you a little bit of an idea of how it all works. So that's the Ditto looper, a really basic looper. You can get far more complicated ones, but hopefully this has given you an idea of how a looper works, how it can be useful for your ukulele, how it can be fun, but it's a really great practice tool as well as something for using in a live performance. I do hope this video has been helpful. You know what to do. If you've got a comment or a question, please feel free to drop it below. Give us a like if you've enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Thanks for watching.